welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are back. As promised, we're not taking a break between Secret Invasion and Ahsoka. We're just going to spin our wheels and do random things for 3 weeks until Ahsoka starts, and then, of course, we'll have Ahsoka. But we're tired of Barbenheimer over here, so we're going to be doing Megalodon this evening.
Boo! Boo!
Boo! Boo! Andrew, how is it going? And we've got Garrison joining us live from an unspecified location in Georgia. Wow, the professional microphone.
Yeah, no, it's just coming out of my headphones. No.
That's funny. It would have looked cool. We wouldn't have known either way.
No.
I mean,
you couldn't tell the difference between an RE20 and headphones?
No, I cannot. To be honest, no, I cannot. No. But of course, we wanted to obviously have an Australian representative here this evening because, they're used to deadly animals in Australia. And so I felt like if we're going to do Meg to the Trench, we want to have Aussie Nate here. So how's it going, Aussie Nate?
It's going good. I love me some shark movies.
Yes, I know you do. Are you excited about the 10th anniversary of Sharknado?
I've looked it up. There's one showing a day.
Yes, that's right.
The
That's
17th and 18th or something. And
that's right.
I got to convince my wife that we need to
It's
go see it.
important. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
New VFX.
I know. It's
10 extra minutes or something.
Something like that. The most important thing is new visual effects, though. I mean, that's going to be pretty epic. I'm definitely going to try and go see it. The problem is with that one, I'd have to go see that next Tuesday because next Wednesday is the 4K Old Boy, and I want to go see that also.
Yes,
So,
I'm there for that.
See, we don't get that good stuff here.
Yeah, I'm probably
you'll
not
probably get it. Who was the female lead in Sharknado? Tara Reid was the female lead, if that's who you're talking about. No, not Miss Minutes. The wrong person. Wrong person. Definitely not Miss
Tara
Minutes.
Strong, yeah.
What are you doing over there,
Tara
Garrison? Are you making copies?
I don't know. Yeah,
No,
it looks like it looks like that SNL skit with Rob Schneider.
This is what I was trying to run it all off of a second ago, and the only thing that wasn't working was the internet on the laptop. I don't know. We'll have to investigate that later, but
man, and the chat is going crazy. We got Andrew hanging out. We got Earl, who is too pretentious to see these two movies this evening that we're talking about, so he didn't go see them.
Put up highlights because I can't see the comments right now.
Got Brian. Okay, Earl's not saying much. He's not doing anything. So anyways, and of course we've got Roth joining us. I mean, I know that Roth understands. Yes.
These two movies require a beer.
They do require a beer. I know Roth understands the importance of these two films, and so I knew he would make the effort to go see them, and I appreciate that. I mean, Megalodon is extremely important.
It's the importance of the Deucecast Extra, not the movies.
Right.
I disagree. Right. The movies were fantastic.
Yes, they were. Well, at least one of them was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling Roth here. Yeah.
The combined ratings for these two movies equals 5 stars.
Yeah.
I mean,
I actually have to preface this. I did not get to finish Meg 2.
He only got to see 45 minutes of it.
Yeah.
What? Sad.
Probably the wrong 45 minutes too.
The first 45.
Yeah.
I mean, it got. Now I have to know. Well, first of all, Garrison, how's it going? Did you saw Turtles also? Didn't you?
Yeah, I saw Turtles.
Yeah,
in its entirety.
Yeah.
Did you guys have trailers in front of Turtles?
Yeah.
Every single one was animated.
Mine started immediately, and it made me go whoa, and then like people were still in the movie like 15 minutes later. Like, boy, they missed a lot.
Interesting.
Wow, yeah, that would suck for me because like I've got every single movie starts 15 minutes after the showtime, like on the dot.
So Andrew specifically wants to know from Nate only, is the Meg worth watching?
The Meg is fine. The Meg 2 finally embraces what the Meg should have been.
That's right. I agree. I totally agree. I want to know who stayed for the Meg to the Trench credits and got to hear the song Chomp. Please. What?
Was it at the end?
As soon as
it was
the
during
movie
the credits.
Ends,
I told you I'd stay, and then I had to leave. So.
And then you had to leave. It is. If I had a way to, and I do, but I don't want to mess with it. I could find the song and play it. It is an epic song. And when I say that, I mean it's horrible, but it's still epic. And it's like it's rap, and it must be the guy that's in the movie. I don't know that for sure. I think the black guy that's in the movie is a rapper, I think. And
yes, it is. His name is Paige Kennedy.
Yes.
Is the black guy in the first 45 minutes?
DJ.
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh, the guy on the computer.
The computer guy.
Yeah, he's really barely in the first 45.
Their version of Ving Rhames, basically. He's on the computer the whole time. The song is epic. I mean,
I'm pulling it up right now so I can hear it.
Yeah, you need to hear it. I'm so lazy with StreamYard has a lot of capabilities that I don't take advantage of because I don't have any idea what I'm doing with this. But the song is fantastic. Let's do the Meg first. We'll save the best for last. So let's talk about Meg 2, The Trench, a little bit. See, Ron is into it. Jump. That's awesome. So
I'm an apex predator, apex regular.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard that song.
Oh, you heard that song? Yeah. How could you not? Yeah, it was epic.
Chomp.
It's not often that they make songs for movies anymore, and so
that could be an Oscar nominee.
That could be. Look, if
2 deserved it.
If 3-6 Mafia can win an Academy Award, then by far this dude for Chomp can win one.
This is Peach's years to lose it.
This is a good question from Andrew. I mean, inquiring minds want to know: will you go see the rest of Meg 2, Garrison?
Well, okay. So I got off work at 3:45. And no, 3:30, and the showing at 3:45, and it was just seeing Jacob bop his head in the background. Anyway,
all right, I'll close the video out.
You're good.
No, I'll close it out.
You're good. Anyway, so yeah, I use MoviePass, which is great. It's brilliant. It was,
I'm so glad they're back.
It's discount ticket day, so it was even less points than you have per month. It's half the points today, and so I got it for like the equivalent of $6, but it was 5 MoviePass points, which is pretty cheap. And then I had a work emergency, and I had to leave.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my phone started blowing up in my pocket. I was like, I gotta check that.
Yeah.
And so.
Can I ask about MoviePass? Can we talk about MoviePass?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, dude, look. Yeah, go for it.
Because I don't know how much I have to add to Meg 2. Garrison, is it worth it?
We haven't talked about it.
So I have no A-list, so I find it worth it. Make sure your theater is able to do e-ticket. I have no idea how the card works. I have a card. I'm sure you just go up there and pay it, and they take away your points per ticket.
Yeah.
However they calculate.
It's a MasterCard.
But the E actually tells you how many points are going away. So right now it says I have 63 credits. Now that's not accurate, and that's a bad thing. But I'll address that with MoviePass later. Yeah, you go into the app. This is the MoviePass main app. You click here. Well, I click here, that little middle button.
Mm-hmm.
I go to my main cinemas. I click on that. It's e-ticket stuff. Now it says no movie times available because they don't have any more movie times available
for the day.
Then it shows you showings, and it'll be like 1 p.m. 10 points, 7 p.m. 14 points. You click on that time. You go in the theater. You have to go in the theater then you click check in.
Right. It was always proximity based. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then once you've checked in, it gives you a QR code and also a confirmation number that you could plug in, or give to the guy at the counter or whatever. But I go to the ticket booth and just print it out myself.
Well, I hope they make it this time. I'm sure
it's as simple as that. And for me, it's worth it because it's about the points line up to about 3 movies per month for $10.
Oh, well, $10
$10. That's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all. Yeah, because the A-list thing is it's about $25 a month.
Yeah, it's basic.
But it's 3 a week. Is how A-list works.
Basic is $10 a month.
Yeah.
You get 34 credits, as it says there. But if you go to like matinee showings, it's $10 a movie. If you go to late night showings, it's $14. It doesn't discriminate based on IMAX. For me, at my theater, I can go see at what we call the DTX, the big screen there. It doesn't discriminate. It does the same pricing structure. So it's awesome for me.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's not as good a deal as A-list.
Yeah,
but it's good if you don't have A-list. So
yeah, we don't have an AMC here, so I definitely need to check out to see if my theater will take it because it's a local one. But yeah, I think
we're not
song
even
of the
sponsored.
summer.
Movie Pass should
look. Movie Pass changed my life. Like, the first iteration was like
I did it also.
The best year of my life. It was so awesome.
Yeah, that's a very different movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very different Movie Pass.
That's the year I got 365 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
with Movie Pass. Okay.
Yeah, I think like 100 of them were in theater or something.
Did they do unlimited movies a month?
Yeah.
What was the price?
Ooh,
I think it
was it
12 or 15?
Yeah, for like $15.
Yeah, it was
Good
cheap.
Lord, no wonder they went bankrupt.
Yeah,
I got my loyalty points on top of that.
I was gonna say loyalty points. You were just getting free concessions every fifth movie.
It was awesome.
It was their business model was horrible back then. But they also had the MasterCard thing also. The card was also a MasterCard, so it's interesting. Earl's really loving some Chomp.
There it is.
Chomp. I'm telling you, it's really the most important part of the movie is that song. All right, now so let's dive in. No pun intended to the movie a little bit. It doesn't seem like it picks up right after the first one. I mean, it sort of just starts a new story. It doesn't even
remember the end of the first one.
Yeah,
I've never seen the first one.
I can't really remember much about the first one.
I rewatched it.
Okay.
And he half blows up the shark, and then all these other little sharks come and eat the big one.
Yes.
And then this picks up about 5 years later, I think.
Okay, so it's different Megs altogether.
Now,
we don't even. We have the kid of the one, right, from the last one.
Yeah.
The Asian girl we meet, the little girl that he's basically being a father figure for. I don't know if he is her father or if he's just a father.
Father figure, probably.
Like stepdad.
Stepdad.
Her mom we did see in the first film, right?
Yeah.
We saw Mei Ying's mom.
That's what I thought.
And that's the same actress.
Interesting.
Same actress, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean same actress?
The little girl is the same in both movies.
Oh, so the little girl was in the first movie as well.
Yeah.
Was the uncle in the first movie?
No.
The uncle, no. Like the dad was. Like
the dad.
The little girl's granddad.
Right.
Oh,
but
and he's
died. He died in the first
between.
movie.
Oh, in the first movie.
I thought he died in the first.
I think
movie.
he lived.
But he's dead in the second movie.
Yeah,
he's dead, and he's natural causes.
The
mom lived through the first one as well.
2021.
Yep.
Yeah, COVID got him.
They're in China.
Well, that's true. So this is of course an evil multinational corporation doing nefarious things with technology. That
he wound up being the bad guy.
He is not. No.
Oh, okay.
And as always with Deucecast Extra, it's always spoilers, and I think I put that in the description. So, if you're here and you haven't seen it and you want to see it,
it's also Meg 2.
It's also Meg 2, The Trench, which incidentally was going to be a title of the Justin Lin kind of sequel to Aquaman or James Wan, whoever was.
Oh well, but The Trench has an actual basis in.
Right. I know.
Like the name of the novel was called The Trench or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
about 10 of
this
them.
actually is based on a novel.
The Meg is a novel series.
It's a novel series.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
No.
It's about 10 of them.
Oh my word! I had no idea.
A bunch of them, and the Meg and and the second one were big at the time.
Yeah,
when Nate made that comment in the Discord, I thought he was just kidding. Like,
No,
there's no way
no.
this could possibly be a book because there's no way this movie can possibly be a book.
Hey, highlight Andrew. No.
No, Andrew. It'll be no, I think it could be a trilogy, but
Well, yeah, but
because,
it's not an MCU. It's not
because
a
they
cinematic
they don't
universe.
cost that much to make, and so as long as they make some international money, which that's what
and
the last one did, anyways.
they're pandering to China hard. in the
Of course
45
they
minutes
are.
I
Yeah,
saw.
Well, in the first one.
Mega first. Oh yeah,
I'm sure I
in
remember
fact,
that.
Internationally they made more money than they did domestically. So I mean,
Didn't it already make like 30 million opening weekend or something?
It did pretty good. Like it did good domestically, and then I don't know. I haven't looked at the international numbers, so I don't know how it's doing overall. But it did in a very crowded like weekend. It didn't do that bad. I mean, it did better than I thought it would. Haunted Mansion seems to be the one that is suffering from all of the glut of movies that are out right now. But Meg did okay. It did as did Turtles. So Jason Statham, I have a sort of a soft spot for him. I like pretty much anything he's in, and so I was always going to see this. There was never hesitation. I mean, I was always going to go see Meg 2: The Trench, which is, I understand it's a book series, but you don't need to call it after the book. I mean, that's just
The Jason Statham is amazing.
Yeah.
I will always forget, like a week or two after I see one of his movies,
Right.
how charismatic he is.
Yeah.
But he does like have a lot of charisma in this thing, and he does in everything that he's in.
Yeah.
But it's forgettable because I'm always like, oh yeah, he's good at this, and he's a fun person to watch doing this acting thing, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I mean, he was always like in the Expendables movies, for example. He's always like kind of the best in the Expendables movies. And
he's
really,
the best in a lot of the Fast and the Furious stuff.
He is the best in a lot of the Fast and the Furious. In any Guy Ritchie movie that he's in, he's kind of like the best. Yeah, I mean, so it's he's made a good career for himself. I'm happy for the guy because he's definitely, I wouldn't consider him an A-lister, but he's not, maybe like an A-minus lister.
Yeah, I was going to say he's definitely up there.
Yeah, I mean I'll say this. I mean, yes, the movie made 30 million, but he would never be able to star in a movie that made like $100 million. Like he would never be like the main star of the movie that made $100 million.
Okay, I was going to say some of those films did make
no, I mean Hobbs & Shaw, but The Rock is like the main star of that, not Jason Statham. So
okay, but how much money did Crank make?
What was the second called? Crank 2
High Voltage.
High Voltage.
That's another great movie.
Dude, I mean, I'm with you. I enjoy those stupid movies, but I mean, they're just stupid movies. They're not. It's not highbrow cinema here.
Speaking of highbrow, when I was leaving the Meg 2, I tripped over a bottle of Fireball. Laying in the
Man, they do it right up in your area.
Yeah.
Here, my atmosphere. I sat down. I bought a seat in the back of the theater, and then all of a sudden, right before the movie, a guy sat down and right in front of me, just clearly taking a smoke break. And I just reeked of cigarettes. And I was like, you know what? This is the right scenario for Meg 2.
Yeah, the right scene. Yeah.
Mine was, I had two pudgy, like, teenagers to my left. I had a girl that took her shoes off to my right.
Wait, your theater was full enough to have people that close to you?
There were probably like 8, 9, 10 people in the theater.
I had like 20 amount of people in the front of my theater.
And I went to a late show, so it was spaced out for me.
I went to a late show, but it was in one of the small theaters where it was just, I think there were like maybe 5 rows of all like reclining seats. So there's not that many seats in there. I mean, and then what did make it entertaining, there was probably like a 6-year-old a row and all the way next to the wall in there that was like, oh my gosh, look at the dinosaurs.
Those were the dumbest part of this movie. I hated those dinosaurs. I did not like the little dinosaur things.
Yeah.
The beginning of the movie, or they
came
back up?
They came back too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a big part of the second half.
Can I just say,
yes,
the beginning scene of the film was done better in the trailer.
The beginning scene of the film was done, like edited differently.
the Cretaceous period, and different shots too.
Yeah.
It was better in the trailer.
It was shorter too.
Yeah, it was shorter, but yeah.
I kind of wish that they hadn't bothered with all of that, like that whole Cretaceous period. Like, it doesn't matter. Just
open up on him.
Just open up on Jason Statham beating up a shark or something. I don't know.
Toxic waste dumpers, yeah.
Or something, yeah.
The old-timey captain hat.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him in the first film being like a mercenary for hire.
No, he was a drunk.
Yeah. I mean, so
like
at the beginning of this one, I guess he's like an environmental mercenary or something. So he's
no, I don't think he's a mercenary. I think he's just an environmental
he's like a spy almost.
Yeah, like he's a.
It's so random.
A different movie.
It's not mercenary. What is
the character feels different?
Yeah.
When he gets scooped up and dumped out of the plane, I was like, this feels like a James Bond gadget.
Right, exactly. I was like, wait a minute, this guy. He plussed up his ability in this film than what he was doing in the last film. Andrew, no. Maybe like a Razzie, but no, it's fine.
So
I mean, the thing that I like about it is it's not like so bad that it's unwatchable. I enjoyed most of it. I mean, like I said, I didn't like the little dinosaurs. I thought that we could have done without the creatures that lived in the sea and on the land. I mean, I was over that.
Garrison, did you see the part where they were underwater walking to the base and got attacked by the little creatures swimming around in the water?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, I didn't.
You did not see that. Okay. That's quite a delay. So how did you see any of the underwater stuff, Garrison?
I saw them go to the trench, and the Meg chased them to the trench, and then they saw a big Meg, and then the evil bad guy that we get introduced to blew up the trench, and then my phone went.
Okay. So that's the second time because that guy was at that party too.
Was he the one that they were staring at?
Doesn't that guy look familiar?
Yeah, he looks familiar. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I kind of forgot about that moment.
Hey, the other thing I respect about Jason Statham is doesn't try and do any accents. Just this is every movie. This is.
I wish you would have done a
getting.
Chinese accent.
Yeah, this is what you're getting. You're not getting any other accent in any other movie I'm in. It's always like Cockney British dude in every movie, and I respect that. I mean, he knows his limitations, so that's what he goes with. I felt like maybe not enough Meg. Maybe
especially the first part.
Yeah, the first 45 minutes, like the part that Garrison saw, there wasn't enough Meg. It was all like setting up this organization or whatever.
The Meg escaped and then found Big Megs. Biggest one anyone's ever seen.
Which it just went through a little vent and nobody noticed.
Yeah, nobody noticed.
I love the Chinese guy being like, "Well, how did it happen?" And I'm like, "Dude, the infrastructure there is terrible.
How did nobody notice?
It busted out like that." And how were there not alarm bells going on?
No, there wasn't anything. I mean, it was really random. So they were mining for some element.
What did they call it?
Yeah,
rare earth metals.
Yeah,
rare earth unobtainium.
Yeah, when they first were like putting the dynamite in the rocks, I'm like, oh god, what is this going to be? But they just went with rare earth metals.
Rare earth metals.
That could be a $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
billion with a B.
So, and I don't watch enough movies coming out of China to know if that actor that was in there is well known in China. I
would hope so because he did not speak English at all.
I didn't recognize him. I haven't seen.
And he's got to be some sort of draw for the Chinese because why would you put him in?
Is he a guy that was in Wandering Earth?
Wolf Warrior and Wolf Warrior 2.
Okay.
Wolf
those are
Warrior's
big-
gigantic.
Yeah, those are big movies. Yeah.
He is in
Yeah.
Wandering Earth,
Warrior-
the Battle at Lake Changjin.
Okay. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
must
Battle
be-
like Jin made 1.9 billion or whatever over there. I'm just
Okay, so
insane.
he's a big. This is a big guy in China.
That's
then,
USD.
okay.
But
So this movie's probably going to do
Or
well in
900.
China then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, interesting.
I liked him. I liked his character,
yeah.
and I liked
No,
his
I thought he was
performance a
good.
lot.
Yeah, I thought he
Like-
was good. He was charismatic. So yeah, I mean, it worked. It worked for the character. Not. I mean, I don't know. Like we're like doing full spoilers here. I mean, nobody died. Like nobody. Like everybody seemed to live. I mean,
they had some of like their crew. I don't know if we
Spoiler
knew.
yeah,
alert.
but those people were. Those people
I
were.
saw the trailer. A bunch of people died. The people boat died. The paddle boat.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh,
lots of
well,
NPCs died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NPCs.
None of the
died,
main
yeah.
people.
None of the really main people, and we didn't lose any. So, how many characters transferred from the first one to this one? Just Jason Statham and the mom,
The girl.
or whatever.
The
No,
little
Or the
girl,
Mei Ying,
DJ, and then what was the Cliff?
Mac.
Cliff
Mac.
Curtis.
Cliff
yeah.
Curtis's character Mac. He transferred
Yeah.
over to.
Okay, okay.
What about Jess? Was Jess in the first one?
I
No.
don't remember her.
Because
I
that
don't-
was Rose something.
Yeah.
The bat.
Yeah.
She was in Jungle
Ruby
2.
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose. Yeah.
Ruby Rose was in the
Mm.
first one, and
Yeah.
Then she broke her back
um,
being Batgirl.
I'm so sad
That
that she
woman.
wasn't
That
in
woman.
this one.
Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry, Garrison.
Andrew, this is a complicated question, but I will say that they're probably equal as far as the writing's concerned.
Meg 2
I'm not-
by 100.
Meg 2 is way more fun. Like,
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was way,
I
more.
didn't get to the fun parts. I will say this: in the first 45 minutes, I was going, "Oh my god, the writing."
yes,
oh yeah,
I
the
was
first
too.
40. Yeah. The
There were-
setup is
I-
not.
I can't
Who's the
remember
guy-
when, but there was a moment that happened that was so dumb and so bad that I couldn't help myself from laughing out loud.
Oh, I was laughing
Wait,
throughout
what
this
is
whole thing.
what is this, Brian? Get our blood medals for cell phones? What is that? I don't know.
Oh, that's
that
what they
reference.
said that the rare earth metals could be used for.
Microchip,
Oh.
cell phone,
Did
computer, microchip.
Okay, we don't need to do the accent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you Earl? That's more of a Dr. Earl
Earl's
thing.
not here. Somebody has to fill his
That's
spot.
true. You have to do the horrible accents. Yeah. That's. I guess Brian knows more about this movie and he hasn't even seen it than we do. But yeah, that makes sense. They're
Blood
Have you read the
medals?
book?
The heck is a blood medal?
I think he's just saying that they had to
Do you have to
notify
milk
blood
the
diamonds.
metals to get the blood out?
You have to milk the
Oh,
medals. You have to...
hey, let's transition now.
Oh, that is a good transition.
But we didn't talk
Yeah,
about the good part of the Meg.
He just he guessed the plot point without even seeing the movie. That's impressive. That's oh, Earl's thanking you for stepping in. Oh wow, Melissa's here. Oh no, Rhett's here.
Hey, Brett, that's really rude. It's only bad when you're on it.
Oh snap. That's right, I agree. So yeah, I mean the Meg 2, not too much to say about it. It'll probably get a third one
Wait,
because why
Nate didn't
not?
get to talk about the things he loved.
Yeah, go ahead, Nate. Yeah, please tell us all the Meg 2 things you love.
Well, firstly, the character DJ, how he was like a giant loser in the first one, and he's like, I'm training now, and then he just goes full.
Oh, he did have some good fight scenes.
Yeah, and he could not do that in the first one, and he was unprepared, and now he's got his little Gucci go bag or whatever it
Yeah.
was, and
He should have been the one we saw doing pull-ups at the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah.
The line
Yeah.
at the end when he kills the dinosaur, he's like, and they said a 50 cal was what did he say? Dang it,
impractical.
impractical. That was a
Impractical,
funny
yeah.
line. That made me laugh.
That whole last 45 minutes was just fantastic.
I liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Sorry you missed it, Garrison, but the last 45 minutes of the movie was actually pretty fun because it was nonstop. Now, adding the mega squid, the giant squid or whatever was a little much. I was
Didn't
like,
do anything.
it just caused havoc. I mean, it didn't really. I would have preferred there to be more shark havoc than
it added
squid
10
havoc.
more minutes onto the movie because
Right.
Mei Ying went to go save people from the squid.
Yeah.
And then Mei Ying had to be saved from the squid.
I question like her judgment in a lot of things that she was doing in most of the film.
Well, yeah, she's a child.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. She wouldn't listen to Jason Statham's character.
These monster movies and needing to have small children.
Okay,
I did, and that's what took so long to get through immigration.
This begs the question: like, what exotic fruits are in Australia that they don't have here?
No, and I brought back candy.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I know like in parts of Malaysia there's weird fruits, but I mean I didn't know if Australia had any of their own weird fruits.
No
star fruit or
you can get
durian
star fruit here.
Yeah, but I mean their origins are
yeah.
in like durian.
Is durian the one that's illegal to eat like in public in China?
I'm not so bad. Sure, it does smell horrible. You're right.
I think it is. Like I think it's illegal on like public transport.
It tastes good, like if you cut open the fruit, but smells ridiculous. No,
how is that an enjoyable eating experience?
It's just the koalas.
Just the koalas. Exactly. We're not putting that up. Koalas. Oh my gosh. Only Rhett. Everything has to come back to that subject matter for Rhett. Always and everything. It doesn't matter. You could be talking about your grandmother and he would spin it to talk about something like that.
I wonder why.
I like Earl's emojis right now because on my end it just says face green smiling, face green smiling.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
How do you format that right? Or...
Dr. Earl pulled an old.
Oh, Dr. Earl. Oh my gosh. So sorry, where were we with the Meg? Sorry, I got very distracted. Oh my gosh.
We were probably done with the Meg.
We're probably done with the Meg. I'm glad. Look, I really do
works
think
in the actual YouTube chat. It looks it's like a weird like monster square green face guy.
Oh, okay. So it does not work on our side though because we're using StreamYard, so the formatting is.
It's a good thing we brought the comment up so people could actually see what we were seeing.
Yeah. Well, no, but did they? I don't know.
Yeah,
like
they
on the
YouTube.
Did.
No, because you brought it up into the screen.
Yep.
It doesn't show that. It doesn't display that.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
Yep, I'm seeing it right now.
Well, Melissa, I mean, look, you're honestly not. If there was just one movie that you could see this weekend, I would say Turtles over the Meg. I mean, and so, yeah, I will. I know you didn't like Turtles as much as probably the rest of us did, but
yeah.
Let us dive into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I think we established last week the 8th Turtle movie or something like that.
7th.
I don't know what we established last week.
Garrison
last
counts a TV film also.
Wait, I just said it was my favorite Turtles movie. I didn't say it was.
And so you would
film.
count it. I mean, it's canon, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Turtles canon is.
It's canon to the 90s, well, sort of, but it's canon to the 03 cartoon, which I grew up with. I grew up with the Turtles. Just to get into that real quick, I grew up with the Turtles, being obsessed with them through the 2003 show, which showed up on, I think, things like Cartoon Network for sure, with like Magoozy or whatever.
One. Yeah.
And 4Kids, I think, maybe played it as well. But anyway, they did actually. The 03 show was interesting because the 80s show, the 80s/90s show, was very goofy and comedic, and very surfer dude, pizza, blah blah blah.
Right.
But if you go back to if you go back to the Mirage comics, they're not that at all. They're very, very serious. No, I didn't prep anything, so it's not going to be a 30-minute speech. But I probably could. But
well, the original Eastman comic was much more gritty.
Eastman and Laird. Yeah, it's much more serious, much more gritty, which is why I love Turtles, the 03 Turtles, because it kind of did the balancing act of adapting some of that, making them a bit more serious, but also bringing in lighter moments for the kids that are watching the cartoon. That it's a pretty good kids adaptation. And then when they did Turtles Forever, to me was the pinnacle of my childhood, because I did grow up with some of the 80s Turtle episodes that my dad gave me a DVD of, that he burned some episodes to. And I watched the 03 show, and then in 07 they came together, and I also did watch the 3 original live action films when I was growing up too. I love Secret of the Ooze. I just remember loving those films actually.
Those are
they're goofy, but
look, I love those.
Yeah. But anyway, in Turtles Forever, the 03 Turtles meet up with the 80s Turtles, and they team up together, and it's awesome. And then at the end of the TV movie, the comic Turtles show up, and they're like, those guys are way too serious. And then the whole thing ends on Eastman and Laird in their studio writing the first comic, which is a really ending to the TV movie.
There's actually a pretty good documentary chronicling the inception of the Turtles. It's not just about the movies; it's about like the inception of the comics and all that stuff. So, yeah. No, Andrew, he doesn't.
Rhett, do you want me to give 30 seconds on a girlfriend? I mean, you want me to? I can talk.
Don't pay attention to Rhett. Rhett's an unhappily married man, so don't pay any attention to him. He says these like hurt people try to hurt others, and that's why Rhett is he's a hurting person. He's always trying to hurt others. That's what happens with him. And I can say that since he's not on the show. He's just in the chat, relegated to the chat. So yeah, I mean, this I thought struck a pretty good balance for me, because I always want the vibe of the 90s movies. That's kind of like what I'm always searching for. And to me, none of the new Turtle movies have captured that well. The animated one they did, the 2 live action ones they did, or I guess they were live action. I can't remember. Yeah, there was a couple of
the Michael Bay ones.
The Michael Bay ones, just like I never felt like that 90s vibe, and until this movie. So I thought this did a really good job of bringing back the humor. But also there were some like serious moments. I mean, I thought that the relationship between Splinter and the Turtles was done well. I loved Jackie Chan. I thought he was awesome in this. I know it's just voice work from Beijing or whatever. It's not like he was with the rest of the cast, but I mean, it was still well done. The animation style, I'll allow it. I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. Unique. I mean, they were trying something different. And so I'll allow it. I thought it was okay. I mean, I know, Garrison, you're sort of, waning a little bit on it. But what about you, Nate? What did you think about it?
I liked the animation style. I grew up on the 90s cartoon series. Like, I was like 6 or something when that came out in Australia. So I was peak time. I've got
look at that
original.
Oh, wait, I've got a Turtles thing too. Let me go get it.
I got
Mike,
nice. Mikey's awake. Garrison, are you on your computer that you can invite Rhett back on?
He's back.
Shh. Don't tell him. Oh, he knocked his mic over. Knocked his mic over.
No,
don't tell him I said
It's okay. It's okay. It's back. It's back.
I don't have control, guys. I'm sorry.
Look. This is from like a Burger King. It's unopened. It's called a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rad Badges. Collect all 6 at Burger King. They had of course, the 4 turtles, but then you could get shredders, and then one that just says Heroes in a Half Shell.
I had these giant, and they may not be as giant as I remember them because I was also a child. But I had these giant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuffed turtles that were like almost the size of myself as a child. Like they all had the blue and the yellow and the red and purple masks.
So like my only turtle exposure, I think I may have watched some of the cartoon stuff. It was probably that 2003 one that Garrison was talking about. But I know I had all 4 turtles, maybe like 6 or 8 inch action figures, and I also had one of the. It was like their big like armored truck.
Oh
as a
yeah,
toy.
The pizza truck that split pizzas
the
out.
Maybe that was
That's the 90s.
I don't
the one that shot the pizzas out.
See,
that
I
toy.
don't think it was that one. This was more of like it was more like it just looked like an armored truck. It didn't really.
Yeah,
look
see, I didn't
trucky.
see any of that 03 one, so I don't even like remember the animation style on that 03 one.
Tell you.
I mean, it couldn't have been like the 90s, obviously, but. So, Nate, I'm sorry we interrupted with toy talk. What?
Yeah.
No, I just grew up. That was I loved the Turtles. I remember that first Christmas, my mom was calling everywhere trying to get those toys.
Oh,
the
ones from the 90s. Yeah,
yeah, and she even had a friend
Melissa.
that worked at Mattel. Yes,
April in the yellow coat.
I wish this. Never mind.
It's
and
okay.
Even her friend at Mattel couldn't get them for her.
Yeah.
So we went to like the flea market and got this like off-brand toys that
they were called tortoises.
Something like that. And my mom got me
Ninja Tortoise.
all 4 of them because she felt bad that she couldn't find me the turtles. And then they got
man.
me the turtles later. And I was happy because then I had 8 of them instead of 4.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought the movie was fun. I liked all the cast and the little cameos, and I think everything.
The voice cast was good too.
Yeah, and like they did some, changing of characters a little bit, but it all worked, and
yeah. I mean they changed.
Leatherhead from like a South Florida, to like Roseburn. So
to Roseburn. Yeah, exactly.
And then April was probably the biggest change.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, captured like what the character is about.
Yeah.
I mean, journalist. Yeah. So I had no problem with that particular change. I mean,
Megan Fox is my April.
Well, and the '90s cartoon is my April.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the one that
yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah, yellow jumpsuit, and really the one from the movies too.
Let's talk about the brave choice of making April a really ugly loser. I thought. What a statement from the filmmakers to make
you did invite Rhett on.
Ugly.
I didn't realize I had invited Rhett. Let me change your name, Garrison.
An ugly, not attractive at all loser, and then have your main character fall in love with her. It was honestly interesting because I'm like,
of the beholder,
I'm like Leo. Like, what do you see here? I'm like, I get it. She's a child, so I should probably refrain from.
She's also not real and animated, so I think you're good.
Yeah, so you know what?
Animated character.
Go off,
what would
King.
you rate this turtle? Out of... I'd give it like a strong 6.5, probably out of 10.
Okay, Andrew, I would give Leo a 10. Donatello, I'm thinking.
Well, how many eggplants?
Yeah, exactly. No, Rhett would give it 0 eggplants. That's right. We don't say
April's getting 0 eggplants. That's for sure.
That's because there's a female character, Garrison.
Yeah, exactly. Your hate of the female character. The character was fine. Good grief.
April O'Puke, which they called her themselves.
Yeah, they did. They called her.
I gave Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a 73, compared to Meg 2's 35 out of 100.
Oh, that's low. That is low,
but
sir.
If I were to rewatch one of them, it would be Meg 2.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Just the last hour.
Yeah, the rewatchability. I'll say that the big bad in this was a bit underwhelming for me.
Superfly.
But I understand why they used that character, because they're obviously setting up for a trilogy or whatever. I mean, they gotta hold like the big character, like Kang or Crank or Kronk or whatever. Krang, yeah.
Oh, the leather Kronk.
They gotta hold him back. And obviously Shredder makes the appearance. Spoiler alert, Shredder's at the very end.
I thought Shredder was cool. I actually thought it was going to be that cop that got his face crushed at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, they're going to make him like Shredder or something, aren't they? He's going to have like a vengeance. But I like the way they brought him in. He was already kind of established at the end.
Yeah,
as like a threat to be brought in. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't love the idea of all those mutants living with the turtles together. I don't know. Especially a few of them are like kind of villainous characters at times, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, and in the 90s cartoon and in the films, I mean, Bebop and Rocksteady were like the bad guys.
Mhm.
And in this one, they're
misunderstood.
I don't recall them ever being turned into good guys, but I could be missing when they
Seth
did
Rogen's
that.
voicing Bebop, and he wrote it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be a good guy.
Yeah, he wants to be. I don't know. I liked the end introducing Paul Rudd. I thought that was a funny gag.
Paul Rudd was great.
Yeah, Paul Rudd was
Paul
very
Rudd
good.
was great.
He was good. Who else was in that voice cast?
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, Hannibal Buress. That's right. Yeah,
Ice Cube was good. Giancarlo Esposito was very good at the beginning too.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito was good. Ice Cube was good.
Him immediately.
Yeah, he can't mask his voice very well.
My boy Posty was in there.
Who?
John Cena.
Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone, John Cena.
Who does he play?
Post Malone was Ray Fillet.
Where was Mr. Beast?
He was one of the people that were like pulling on Shredder's ears or something.
Shredder's ears.
Like when they thought that he was in a real suit.
What would Mr. Beast be credited as?
You mean Superfly?
I don't know his real name.
I think he was credited as like Times Square Guy 2 or something.
Oh, okay. So he's just a random like.
He has like one line.
Jimmy Donaldson is his name. Huh.
That's his real name.
Yeah, I knew it was Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy Donaldson. All right. Interesting. Oh,
very interesting.
Andrew's a fanboy of Mr. Beast, apparently.
This movie, I thought was definitely good, and I think if you're a Turtle fan, you're probably going to like it way more than me. I was expecting more fun.
Okay.
To me, it got built up as like being a super fun movie, and to me, like I didn't have like all that much fun with it, but I think that's because I didn't get all the references. I didn't get all excited for Splinter, not Splinter. I know who Splinter is. Who's the bad guy at the end? Shredder. Yeah. See, I can't even keep my splinters and shredders straight.
Brian, to answer that question, I think that Turtles spans all generations.
Now, can I answer this really quickly? Okay, this is marketed and aimed at kids, but then like half the references are for like Gen X things.
Right. I mean, that's just.
And then also half of them are Gen Z. Like, there's all kinds of stuff with the Riz and stuff like that. And it's like, what are we doing here? I don't know. It was interesting.
It's for
kids are going to be able to. Kids are going to be able to enjoy it enough. Might not get all the references, which happens in kids' movies anyway.
There was a bunch of little kids in the theater that I was at, and all the kids got it. I mean,
my daughter loved it.
Yeah, my daughter did too. My daughter's 8 and she loved it. Now my 12-year-old did not like it, but my 8-year-old was fine with it. I mean,
there was a guy behind me with Ninja Turtle leggings on.
Sweet.
Laughed through the entire movie.
Oh, okay. So he's.
And I was like, "Oh, you're really getting this."
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad the little kids are behind you.
Yeah, that's too much with the leggings.
Yeah, there was a guy in my cinema who was a little ridiculous with his laughter at some points too. Anyway, don't need to get into it, but we can talk after. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
He was also
little kids will love this movie. Exactly, Brian. I mean, little kids will love this movie. It's a fun movie for little kids.
As a Turtle fan, it felt like a warm hug.
That's nice.
That's nice. That's a nice sentiment.
Cool. I liked it. It's not my turtle, like my definitive turtle, personally.
Right. I agree.
I'd be down to see the sequel. I'm very interested to see what they do with Shredder and all that.
Yeah.
And the dynamic that all those mutants living down now in the sewers. Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with all that. I'd also like to see like evolution of their teenage years too, where Leo does become like he sort of becomes a leader at the end, but
at
like
the very end, yeah.
But we don't get like the Leo we know in a bunch of other turtle versions, So
So I'm really not familiar
You're
at all with
missing out,
anything
Earl.
else.
You're missing out.
Turtle media wise. Do they always have like the super teeny voices like they do in this one?
No, this was
No.
them at a younger age.
Yeah.
This is not the teen thing is not revolutionary. Like a few adaptations have done it before, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they're given adult voices.
Okay. I didn't.
And
love
honestly,
that.
like I think an argument could be made that because they're living a sheltered life, they have to grow up and be adults. But for some, they argue that they're kids with dreams of being teenagers around them, which is fine. You know, I'm fine with either.
I liked like the sentimental stuff in it, like they're wanting to be, you know, just a part of everything. I mean, I liked the evolution of the turtles in this movie. I thought it was handled well. And everybody loving them at the end when they walk into the high school. I thought all that was good. So now that we've gotten to that point, we can have the turtles really be the heroes in the next movie when Shredder comes to.
Andrew, I have never had less of an opinion on something than I do with that question.
Yeah, because I've never seen a Power Ranger. I've never watched 1 second of Power Ranger.
Never really seen a Power Ranger, never really seen a TMNT.
My daughter was Power Ranger crazy. I've seen the Dino ones.
Yeah,
I've seen every episode probably about 20 times.
Wow.
She watched that on repeat for 2 years.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. End of question. All right, let's go on. Right.
Yeah. I mean, but that's. Just,
I mean, look, you know,
I have no opinion on Power Rangers.
I think Power Rangers almost gets like a diluted like okay, when you do like your favorite movie tournament roles or whatever, you know, when you're discussing your favorite roles in a movie and you say like, oh well, it did like there were like 5 movies with that character and 2 through 5 really sucked. I think there's, and I'm not saying all the Power Ranger shows suck. I'm just saying there's so many of them. And
I have no idea. Like, there's so much Power Rangers content.
Whereas TMNT is still trying to adapt the same characters for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I like that it, at least with this one, it feels like they included Eastman more in this one than maybe the Michael Bay ones.
Feels like you're missing another word there, Mikey. There's an artist.
He wasn't around, and like the interviews, that dude has not been doing any of the interviews. Eastman's been doing all the interviews. Is basically all. I guess for the marketing, like and Comic-Con stuff, it was Eastman was everywhere. The other Laird or whatever. What's the guy's name?
Peter Laird.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't around. I mean, he just didn't. He's not participating in any of it. So that's why I'm saying Eastman's been involved in some of this stuff. But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, the artist, he's important too. Sure.
That's why you got the high school named after him.
Eastman
High.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie, yeah.
Exactly. I was like, what high school is this? Where is this at? Is that in Iowa? That was almost really dumb of me.
We base all our school names off of 90s cartoons.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, sequel for both of these. Both Meg. We need a threequel for Meg. We need a sequel for Turtles.
Jackie Chan was awesome, by the way.
He was. I totally agree. I thought he was really good in this. I don't think. Well, I'm lying. I think he has done some voice work before. This is not.
Sausage Party.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda, maybe.
Oh, you just almost had a little Jackie Chan slip.
Potty.
Kung Fu Panda.
He was in Sausage Party.
Jackie Chan
I didn't see Sausage Party.
I saw that movie like 5 years ago, and I was like, "This was one." I did not like that.
We have a Jackie Chan expert on the show, and
you think those Jackie Chan movies are great? Oh man, boy, do I have some recommendations for you guys. Oh. Like I can blow your mind with some.
Look, I'm tired of hearing about the tuxedo from you over and over and over.
Yeah, I think only Dave brings up the tuxedo.
Oh, he was in the Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh, see, I do like the Ninjago. I've actually watched that movie a lot. That's a good movie.
Yeah, he was in Kung Fu. He was in Kung Fu Panda 3 at the very least.
Oh, okay.
What is Monkey King Hero is Back? That's an animated one.
That sounds like anime, and I don't do anime, so.
No.
Anime
is like Chinese animation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't do any of that.
Monkey King is like a figure or whatever.
So look, let's put it to bed here. I mean, the title of the episode was Megalodon versus Turtle. I think the turtle wins the race as he does against the rabbit.
Turtle is the better movie. I would much rather watch Meg 2 again.
I like that take.
Yep.
I like that. I kind of
That's
feel
fair.
the same way. Okay, I would rather watch the last 45 minutes of Meg 2 than
I'd watch the whole thing again over watching.
that setup is a long setup. It's a really long
but it's
setup.
so dumb
The
that it's
first
like
10
enjoyable.
minutes?
It's so dumb. Like
What's
the whole
the first
movie is so
10?
dumb.
The
Yeah,
first
the-
10 and the last 45.
Yeah, add those. Yeah, and forget all the dumb setup in the
Anything
middle.
under the water, just get rid of.
Yeah, they don't need any of the underwater stuff. So, all the stuff that Garrison saw, they don't need. It's just the last 45 minutes is all they need.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know that it's fair for me to judge, but I think my favorite of what I saw from Jackie was Police Story in 1985, and then you got Project A and Project A Part 2. Those are brilliant films. In fact, he wouldn't even tell the studio what those films were about when he was making them, and he just demanded a budget and they gave it to him. It's just brilliant stuff. But the Clock Tower gag, that's based off of Safety Last by Harold Lloyd. Man, I was
this
running out
is
of
a good
breath there.
point from Rhett. I mean, the same. Like, even though comparing Turtles and Oppenheimer, they're better films, but he'd watch Barbie and the Meg 2 more than he. So it's the same. It's like the same. Yeah.
I'd rather watch Oppenheimer again.
I would too.
Earl commenting on Garrison's Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that I like TMNT more, but I didn't finish Meg, so.
Yeah, that's true. It's an unfair comparison in this case, but I think I am in agreement. I liked Turtles probably more. I recognize it's better, but Meg 2 is more fun.
I liked Meg 2 more too. Like, I liked my time watching Meg 2 more.
Yeah,
Turtles is a more well-made movie, and they did like it was coherent, and it wasn't like this. Like it wasn't stupid at all.
right. Well, there is a Jackie Chan comic book.
Is there?
I don't know. He's probably been in a comic.
There was the Jackie animated series, which I watched growing up, but that does not he does not voice act that show at all. That's not Jan. It's the character Jan based off in like a fantasy show. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So look, like, let's talk about next week. I mean, I thought I wanted to do some like Disney thing, and I'm kind of tired of the subject matter, if I'm being honest. So I don't know what we're going to do next week. So all I'm going to say is it's a to be determined roundtable. We're going to be here next Tuesday.
Roundtable on the fact that Dave Portnoy just got Barstool Sports back for $0 after selling it for $500 million.
Wait, they sold it back to him for $0? I did not know that part of the story. That's ridiculous. Like, why would they do that?
That doesn't make. What did they sell it for? Stock options? What did they do? I don't.
Well, so I think part of it, Penn is now getting in bed with ESPN.
Yeah, I knew that.
And so Barstool Sports is it's a dumb phrase, but it's true. It's a toxic brand. I'm not saying they're actually like toxic people, but the regulators, the regulators hate them, especially in like Massachusetts. They had a prop called the can't lose parlay. All parlays can easily lose and probably
Rhett makes a good point here. He took on all the debt.
Maybe. So here's what
probably.
Penn divests Barstool Sports to founder David Portnoy. Penn sold 100% of the Barstool Sports Inc. Barstool common stock to David Portnoy in exchange for certain non-compete and other restrictive covenants. Penn also has the right to receive 50% of the gross proceeds received by Dave Portnoy in any subsequent sale or other monetization event of Barstool.
But Portnoy is promising that he'll never sell it though.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Till the day he dies, he's saying that he'll never sell it now. That could just be talk. But so the one part that's interesting about that is the non-compete stuff, because doesn't Barstool have a sports book?
Well, that sports book was through Penn Gaming.
Oh, okay.
And so now
they're out of the sportsbook business.
Yes, but content wise, they can now make jokes again about
they can do whatever they want
gamblers.
To now. Yeah, they can
before and Penn doesn't have to like face all the scrutiny that every other sportsbook.
So are they going to close all their sportsbook like that one in the Colorado?
No, they'll just rebrand them.
I gotta say, I think it's a really bad look for ESPN to have their hand in gambling.
Look, it's where the money is, though. I mean, it is a bad look.
They have so much power and control over. Let's be honest, they have a lot of power and control over the current state of what is happening with college football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them having their hands in gambling. That seems bad.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Regulators might not like that, but we'll see what happens.
We should have a college football roundtable next week.
That could be interesting, actually. Because why not? At this point, I mean, ESPN
college football is on TV.
Yeah, we watch it on our screens.
I like the Ocho. The Ocho's fun. I watched Horseshoes today. It was fun on ESPN2. That was a fun watch.
It was pillow fighting the other day.
Yeah, exactly. There's ESPN. I think Disney's got to be doing this to make it more attractive to a buyer. Is kind of like what I'm thinking is why this is happening.
We get into the toxic companies. ESPN is not necessarily a toxic company. I think that's why they're reducing staff there, though. Like you said, cost to make it more attractive to buy. Look, I work for a company that's very similar things, or will do very similar things, and they never sold. So don't have to sell, but
yeah. All right. Well, so we're doing a roundtable on roundtables next week. So we'll have whatever
King
crew
Arthur
is available next Tuesday. We'll be here talking about something. The week after that will be a Blue Beetle roundtable, and then we will be into Ahsoka. So we're just treading water here for a couple weeks until
I'd rather watch
Ahsoka.
Sausage Party than Blue Beetle.
Sorry, dude. You don't have to be on the roundtable.
No, I'm just kidding.
If you see the movie, you're welcome back. But if you choose not to see the movie, you can hang out in the
Blue
chat.
Beetle's going to be great. James Gunn said it was.
James Gunn, I don't think he said it was. The Flash was great.
Hey, I'm just excited because there's two credit scenes for Blue Beetle to set up what? Who knows?
Yeah.
Because why is there credit scenes in Blue Beetle?
I can't wait for Mario Lopez's character.
There's going
not Mario
credit
Lopez.
scenes.
Yeah, Mario Lopez.
There's totally going to be credit scenes in Aquaman. I don't understand what they're doing. Just cut that stuff. Stop. Don't tease the future. There's no future.
There's no future. Everything's dead. And this is really fun. This is fun because Garrison's barely coming through. So it seems like he's a crazy person yelling at the sky.
There's no future.
Fight the future. Fight the future. No, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah. We'll be back next week. The chat was on fire tonight. It was a lot of fun for us to read the chat, especially Rhett. Yes, I'll give Rhett and Melissa and Earl was spitting some fire, and Andrew was in there as well, spitting some fire. Anybody? Did I miss anybody? Brian. Yes, sorry, Brian. Brian, we're excited. We're having our first Deucecast meetup on Thursday with Brian. We're going to be eating lots of red meat and who knows what else. So we're excited about that. Wednesday, the Deucecast movie show on Wednesday. We had Jen Kaufman on talking about a year that's going to be very interesting to one Garrison Rifen. I'll give you a hint that it's a year in the 80s that a particular movie that Garrison Rifen loves came out this particular year that we talked. Yes, that's right. We're talking about 1988. There is some weird reason that that Jen wanted to talk about 1988. I can't remember. You'll have to listen to the podcast.
And you said we've got about Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in 1988.
That's right. So that comes out tomorrow morning, as it always does, and we will be back next Tuesday. Aussie Nate, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Twitter at Aussie_Nate. I think we determined last time my letterbox was Nathan Johnston.
Right.
And on the Discord.
Coming later this month, to end Fanboy Summer, Aussie Nate will be doing an episode with us. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be a triumphant end to the Fanboy Summer, having Aussie Nate on, and then we're finally going to wrap it up and end the Movie Rolls tournament. There's breaking news. I'm going to break some news that I'm not supposed to break here. Because of reasons, we're having to take like a 4-week break between episode 599 and 600. So there's going to be classic episodes for 4 weeks.
Wait, Mikey, you got the guests. You got the guests, but you don't want new episodes. Okay, this is 600.
We can't. There's too much going on. Yeah, we don't want to. Exactly. We don't.
Have the guests do 599 and then
0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Yeah,
there are like 5 missing episodes.
I are you sure?
Yes.
Like where? What episodes are missing?
It's like, hold on. I'll pull up
Let him pull the spreadsheet.
Like missing as in they're not on anything that you can find.
They just don't exist anywhere.
Didn't we find some on internet?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we lost. What this is? Oh, they came for us. There's missing episodes, and we lost Aussie Nate.
Mikey, you're not supposed to know about it.
What just happened?
Earl, that's why Earl wasn't on tonight, because he was flying to Iowa to take Nate out because he knew he was going to bring this up.
Okay, good. He's back. We thought the Illuminati had come for you after you started talking about the 5 episodes that were missing.
No, I hit the wrong button.
Wait, I probably shouldn't put this up, should I?
Now you're in danger. Now you're in danger as well. All 3 of you.
126.
Okay, wait. Let me write this down. Hang on. Sorry, we should probably do this off the air. So 126.
No.
What else?
126.
127, 128, and 129.
126, 127, 128, and 129. All 4 of those episodes are missing?
Yeah, because you go from 125 is July 9th.
Okay,
and then 130 is July 28th.
Oh, interesting. Well, because I know there was a numbering error at some point, but I don't think it was that egregious. I might have those episodes on a hard drive somewhere. I might need to try and find those episodes. Maybe those are the 4 episodes we need to put out. Yeah, I mean, because it's probably going to be about 4 weeks that we're going to be MIA for reasons that it can go on. Yeah. All right. So we will be back, though, next Tuesday for sure to talk about something. I don't know what. Probably incoherent nonsense. Maybe college football, but who knows? Roth, I personally am super excited about the next movie you're doing, but I know Garrison is probably even more excited than I am.
Is he doing a cool movie next? I didn't hear.
So our last episode in the Good Day for a Movie podcast was 3:10 to Yuma.
Yes,
the new one, the 2007 one, very good movie. And Tate was very undecided. He was very unsure of this pick because he hadn't heard great things.
You got
people that were on the podcast before had mentioned that it's not very good. And if they did mention it was good, I don't think that gave him much confidence. But we are watching Memories of Murder next.
Yes.
Respectable film. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
And I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Ooh.
Garrison, we are recording tomorrow night. I don't know what time yet.
Oh.
I may slip you an email. It's up to you.
Whoa,
you do not have to come on.
Look, we don't need innuendo on the podcast or on the show here. You know what I mean?
Is this considered poaching?
Yeah.
You don't have to come on, but if you're free tomorrow night, I'll DM you on Twitter and tell you what time when I know.
I think that would be good if Garrison was on that episode, but that's just, I'm not trying to program your podcast.
You think there was a filibuster tonight, man?
I know, right? I know, right? That would be
A mega filibuster.
I would have to contain myself a little, but yeah, I could do it.
Garrison, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You could find me on Twitter at GRyfun3, GRYFUN3. It is Twitter. It's Twitter. Instagram as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at GRyfun, GRYFUN. And I'm not in an underground bunker. I'm in a...
That's like a cork board, soundproofing board.
Yeah. There you go. There's your hint. That's it.
He's like, what was the Minnesota governor that travels around the country in a van now because he thinks people are chasing him?
Oh, I don't know.
Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura.
Jesse
Ventura. Yeah.
I am QAnon. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. He is. Yes. Yeah. You are the original Q.
I thought it would be a fun thing to do, and then people started believing it, and now I'm kind of scared.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I can't stop. You know. I did actually stop. I don't think there's been a Q post in a long time.
No, there isn't. I am at the Michael Nip. I'm at the Michael Nip on X. Thank you very much. And I can. You will see my posts. What are they calling them now? They're not tweets anymore.
Just tweets, Mike. It's tweet.
No, they're not. They're not tweets anymore. They're posts, or I can't remember what he wanted people to call them. But yeah, mostly I am in the Deucecast, though. That is where you can hang out with the listeners of the Deucecast movie show, or the people that listen and watch the Deucecast Extra, and it's fun. We have a good time in there. It's a Discord server as they work. So if you want a link, DM us on X or Facebook Meta by Facebook by Meta. You can contact us there, or you can just email us at thedeucecast@gmail.com. Thank you again to the chat. We'll be back next Tuesday. Hope everybody has a good night, and we will catch you next week.